How are you going, folks? Inside is air conditioned, stairs to the left, take the right that way.
We're going to have to move around anyway. We know.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome aboard the Adelaide River Queen for the original Jumping Crocodile cruise. My name is Lynn, I'll be your guide and your skipper for the next hour. And we also have Jess and Steve on board who'll be taking care of all the crocodile stuff today. But now that we do have you away from the wharf and there's no turning back from here, we need to talk to you about your safety on board. We are obliged by law to let you know you've got life jackets on board, and they are situated in the life jacket locker in between the two rear doors of the lower deck. Upstairs you don't get life jackets, you just get those life rings, and if you see someone fall overboard you just throw one at them and wave them goodbye. Most importantly though folks, if you've got kids on board, which a lot of you have, they're yours, they're your responsibility, you had them. Please keep them supervised at all times throughout the trips. So that's going upstairs and downstairs. If you've got kids on board, please travel with them. Make sure they get up and down the stairs okay and in and out. So you've got your eyes on them all the time, and please prevent them from climbing any rails. Also, the back deck is to be considered out of bounds while we are stopped and feeding crocodiles. The reason is that these crocodiles could quite potentially jump up and drag you off the back deck. So we don't want you hanging out over the sides there and putting yourself in harm's way. However, in saying that, you've paid your money and you may as well get the most of it. And we suggest throughout the cruise that you do have a look. It's a very different perspective downstairs, being face to face with your Australian saltwater crocodile, as opposed to looking straight down their throat from upstairs. But if you do decide to change the level of the vessel, please do so while we are underway or in between crocs. If we have someone out there, or if someone does duck out there and we're feeding a crocodile, we'll have to drive away from the croc, and that is in the interest of your own safety. We have toilets located on board too, and if you need to use those, they are on the back deck. And just if we're underway, feel free to use those. If you feel that the boat has stopped, just maybe stay in there for a couple of minutes longer till we're underway again. Alright, I think that's covered all the necessities. Away we go. Now, if you were not aware, you're travelling on the Adelaide River today, and it runs for roughly 180 kilometres in its entire length, starting in the southern boundaries of the Litchfield National Park area. It runs out to the ocean behind us. If you've flown into Darwin recently, you've probably seen the Adelaide River. If you come over from the east coast, it's probably the most easily recognised river from the air as the way it horseshoes back across itself out onto the floodplains. Probably one of the most photographed rivers from an aerial perspective as well. Anyway, at this point it's a tidal river, and at the moment we've just approached the top of the tide, and in the last hour it has turned and it is starting to make its way back out to the ocean. Now, even though it's a tidal river, at this point it runs mostly fresh water for about 8 or 9 months of the year. And it's only towards the very end of our dry season. At this point it gets a little bit saltier, a little bit brackish. Now this can lead to a little bit of confusion, as the crocodiles you're going to see today are all saltwater crocodiles. Their true name is Crocodile porosus, or an estuarine crocodile, commonly known as a saltido, as they have a gland in their tongue that will excrete salt from their body when they live in a saltwater environment. Saltwater crocodiles do not need to live in salt at any time throughout their life, and if they do, they need to find a fresh water body from time to time to help with the whole desalination process. There's also a freshwater species of crocodile found in the northern parts of Australia, known as a freshwater Crocodilus johnstonii. They do not grow as large as their saltwater crocodile cousins, rarely making it to about 3 metres in length. The freshwater crocodile is unable to sustain itself in salty or brackish water for any length of time, so therefore we will not find them in this particular section of the river. Alright, so just not unlike an ice cream truck, we've got to start to slow down up here a little, give these crocodiles an opportunity to make their way out and see what's coming for lunch. You will hear us refer to crocodiles by name and gender today, and how this is basically determined is we know the female crocodile lives in a pretty small space of about 50 to 100 metres on either side of the riverbank, and she lives there and fairly rarely goes too far from home. The male crocodile though is much larger, and some of the larger dominant male crocodiles in this river exceed 5 metres in length.
You can sit on there, mate. Yeah, sit on it.
Thought I might have seen something just up under the water on the left, on the right. One of the girls. Probably a crocodile tusk. So we're going to start our feeding on the right hand side of the boat today, folks. We're going to try it anyway. That's the plan. Also, we're sharing the river today with plenty of fishermen out here in search of the ever elusive barramundi. So one of the girls, also folks, with the other vessels on the river today, if you're a little uneasy on your feet, as they pass, we get a little bit of wash off them. You might need to just hang onto a handrail or hang on to
rest it on the water and just let it come.
Hang onto a seat.
And then just pick it up in the air and just hold it. Use the rail.
Alright, here we go.
Seesaw it on the rail.
Jess and Steve up there today, doing all the hot, hard, dangerous work.
Should come to
Getting these crocodiles to jump up out of the water for your viewing pleasure.
So we try to go 1, 2.
Now the crocodile needs to be fully suspended in water to perform these jumps. They do not bounce off the bottom, and they use their tail alone to propel themselves up out of the water.
Resting in the water. Just like a party, jumping crocodiles. Start bringing up.
Their head comes up, the tail needs to drop down. Oh, doing a little bit of window shopping.
That's it, right?
The crocodiles love kids. Other than the fact they taste a little bit like chicken, they see children as being having a higher chance of success if they were to make an attack. So the crocodiles just love it when all the kids come on the Adelaide River Queen. They get to look at them through the windows. It's like a little bit of window shopping at a great big floating bay marine. Well done. Now we give the crocodiles a couple of jumps, 2 or 3 jumps, one towards the front, one towards the middle, and one towards the rear of the boat, so everyone gets ample viewing pleasure.
So guys, go right over if you want.
So you get a food reward for interacting with us, and you get your photos, and everyone goes home happy.
Hold it, just hold it. I know the wind's going to screw with you.
Yeah.
That's alright, just hold it. She'll stop swimming a little bit and then you'll push the boat forward. That's right, just hold it there.
66 teeth in the mouth to the crocodile at any one time. And you'll notice throughout the cruise that these teeth regenerate throughout the crocodile's life.
Push it down.
Having some dark tannin stained teeth amongst them.
Ready? She'll come straight up that jump. Just let her work it.
And a
Get
few
blown
nice
around a little
clean
bit.
pearly
Go right
whites there
back
as
to
well.
her. She's getting washed away, so stay down with her and then we can pull her back. Get ready? Here she comes. Up, 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 up.
Second jump, the
Right
third
over her
one
eyes.
for the win or for the reward.
On the front there. Do it on the back. Do it on this one. Just drop it straight in the mouth like dropping this in the back. Higher, higher, higher.
Jump. And the chop. And quick flick of the string sees her one very happy customer. Alright.
And then that's it.
This bloke will be crossing the 4-metre mark. Not big enough or ugly enough to dominate a territory of his own, so he's effectively homeless, but lives here at the moment. The altercations with a crocodile that is bigger than him. So crocodile is Gizmo. I'm pretty sure. So we'll be feeding on the left this time. Oh, it may not hang around. Come and have a look. Oh. He is in the territory of a large male crocodile we know as Misty. Misty is pushing 5 metres. And Gizmo well and truly knows that. And as these crocodiles are somewhat territorial and certainly cannibalistic, it is not uncommon for these crocodiles to fight. We certainly don't want to encourage that though. But we'll just give him a moment to pop his head back up. Sometimes they like to go to the back of the boat, see if anyone's coming up and down the stairs. Also, running twin jet engines is a little bit like a spa bath down there. Sitting in there having the wash of the water run over you must be really good. Let us swing. Coming soon. And it's through this time that between her and the male crocodile there'll be a brief courtship period where the male crocodile is once in a while actually kind of nice to the female. Usually only because he wants something. But anyway, so once the male and the female crocodile have had their courtship period and it consists of a bit of social interaction with snout rubbing and spending some time together. Throughout this period the male and the female crocodile will mate, and once the 30 to 80 odd eggs have been successfully fertilised, there's a gestation period which lasts around 3 months, and the female crocodile lays the eggs in the nest, covering it with the vegetation to create a composting nest mound with an incubation period of around 60 to 90 days. When the baby crocodiles are ready to hatch out, they make a barking or a chirping like sound from within the nest. And this lets mum know that she needs to come and open up the nest. Now, we're just coming into the mouth of the Marikai Creek here, folks. It is one of the main tributaries to the Adelaide River, and I'm just looking for a little female crocodile we know as Skinny Minnie. And we've just got another fishing boat. So we'll just give her a couple minutes to pop up. I think she's nesting in here at the moment.
Sometimes they're not good.
Alright, that's the Morse code for stop. I've seen it.
Get another spot. Lift it up. Sit underneath. Just got to be something else there.
I did see Skip Minnie in here earlier and she come in from underneath those trees just to the left. I think with these high tides is that they can get up on the land.
One on your side?
You get a look at it? Yeah?
No, I haven't seen them. Go on on that.
Reptiles being a reptile, they've got to regulate their own body temperature. And they do this by travelling through their environment or putting themselves somewhere in their environment to maintain a comfortable body temperature of about 30 to 32 degrees. Jump on there.
Should be just like the last one, mate.
Nice warm up
Keep it a
jump
bit higher
there.
now. Just keep it higher. That's it.
Oh, that jump's a little higher because she can reach those, she reckons. A little lower, a little higher. It's always the fine line. Nice straight position there. Up, jump. Get a good look at the belly skin of the saltwater crocodile as they jump up out of the water. And this is the most sought after
Try and jump her as she's going.
products anywhere.
You have the tide under her and she'll come out of the water a little bit more.
Jump for tourists. I guess for
No,
decisions.
Then you can wash it around.
Yeah.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Straight position.
Nice, slow and steady. See, you
No, no.
can push it right down there. Backwards over the
Wonderful,
shoulder
isn't
line.
that?
Take some leg down there, she'll follow you. See?
Got her eyes on.
That's okay. She'll follow you out. Just keep it off the windows a little bit. That way everyone can see. And now push it back to her eyes if you can. Hold it there. A little bit out.
Jump for tourists.
There.
One.
Just bring it down just a little bit. Push it back to her eyes. Up, up, up.
Little half-hearted.
Above her eyes. Don't just stop.
It is pretty hot out
That's it.
there.
Ready. Up. Just push it around. Send it back down the back. She's turning you. That's it. Get ready to jump her as she turns. See? Get a bit of help with the tide. And when she turns around, give her above her eyes. Higher. Just go up her nose just a little bit. Stay with her. Here she comes. Hold with her. Hold with her.
Another nice one. I'm all for a food reward.
Come on, honey.
It's important that we feed the crocodiles at the top of their jump. So it's just like
Push it out wide now. If it's getting too far away, push it right out.
To do something,
That's it.
reward the right behaviour.
She'll follow the stage. Just let her turn around now. Keep it right there. She'll turn. See how agile she is? Gonna wash around. Push back her eyes.
There's got to be some place like older parents who can actually have a pet saltwater crocodile. There are some turtles that you have to comply with that. And one is that you give them back. So you can have one, I think, till they're about 60 centimetres in length, and then you go and swap them out for a new one.
Or then he holds the phone harder than her sleeve. Or hold still.
crocodile does it, not bleeding to death. The crocodile has a small kangaroo heart, which is quite unique to the crocodile. Whereas most reptiles normally have a direct favourite heart. Crocodile is a different kangaroo heart, direct blood flow, through the lungs, also giving them the ability to survive for long periods of time. Stumpy is a bit of a regular here. Everyone knows Stumpy. You've done the cruise before. Got a pretty good work ethic. Ducking under, he's pretty excited to see the boat, I think.
So see, you're just giving him an idea of where it is. He's going to get washed away, pop up to that. And then he's just taking the momentum of the boat now, see? And now when you move the meat, she can tell where it is. See? And now he's down the back, I may as well start down here. See him chasing him up the front? You're almost going to do a hands down the front.
Through the window. Nice.
See how we just pulling him where we want him to be. And he's hopping up right. That's just go around a little bit.
Some of the features of the crocodile, you'll see their boats. Eyes situated each
See the
side
boat's
of their
turning
head
against
at
him. It's not there.
320 degrees. Pretty good sense of hearing as
So you want to go
well.
as high up the front as you can.
Splash down and
So
splash
he thinks
around
he's jumping
into
there,
the
but by the
river.
time he does his jump, he's going to be a little bit
Oh, look, he's probably about the 4+ metre
He's
mark.
thinking about it, he's thinking about it. You do a little bit of this and go, hey, can you see it? Lefty. And these is when he does it the hard way.
Yeah, into the boat.
Lefty.
Only that, because
You're
it's
having enough
classified.
Doing one and then
So therefore, acting
see
as
how
a
he
solar
just
panel.
a little bit. There he is. See
They'll be
him?
all let's leave it up, let's go there.
Boat load of punters down there, down the same side as their boat. Take his eyes up. There now. Oh, lefty, mate.
As a triangular parts of the crocodile's tail, they're called scoops, and they're used to deflect doing this ducking and diving
While she's screwing around, just trying to keep that meat steady. So
makes
stop
it
in the
tricky
water.
for our crocodile feeder up there.
Right there.
Not being able to see them when they're just centimetres
Hold
under
it,
the surface
let
of the
it
water.
Oh, I can see Goose. Look.
And rest it in the water, don't start just
It's a
rest
big
it.
crocodile. It's amazing how they can hide.
Alright, back to your eyes.
Under the
Now
water.
Get
wait.
ready to just pull it up with
There
her.
we go.
Hold it
And of
down.
course,
For dinner.
being little,
She just wants
as
to get in that
opposed to
strike
something
zone.
like
See?
Hello.
Lefty back there,
Hold
Hello,
still.
fucky.
they do become quite vulnerable to attack from larger crocodiles when the girls leave the bank.
Hi, Leaper.
Yeah, she just said, yeah, when
Nice position, weighing up whether it's all worth it. She'd be well and truly aware that there's another big
up,
crocodile.
up.
Oh, look at that.
See that
All the
jump?
way up to the base of the tail. Indicates the halfway point of the
Leave it,
crocodile's
mate,
body.
just nice and high.
That is
No,
a
no,
very
no,
good
no.
jump.
See if you can pull it out of the water.
And another go.
Oh.
Another one.
What a big
He's on
jump out
fire
of the
today.
water.
There you go, easy.
That was an amazing jump, wasn't it?
If you ever have the opportunity to look closely at the crocodile's skin, they have pores all over their body, which pressure change in the water, so they can feel the splashing.
Pull it back.
Alright, I'm through.
Alright, try and drop it in.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Easy.
Good
Well,
Why can't they all be like that?
There we go.
Hey, you thought
There
it
you
was a
go.
good day. Bad days where she ducks and
Hi,
dives,
buddy.
ducks and dives, ducks and dives.
Oh,
Leave this here, she just
she's a
starts
happy
to
puppy,
nice
isn't
and
she?
light. Walking down. Big, strong. See? You'll get up. And let her drift up the front. It's going to parallel the side. When she faces on
He has
that,
the evilest of green eyes, this crocodile.
yeah, that's it.
whites there as well.
Get washed away, so stay down with it. Ready? Up.
Nice second jump, and third one for the win or for the reward. Oh, excellent jump, top of the jump. As a chop, a quick flick of the string, sees her one very happy customer. So we'll be creating on the left this time.
Big enough for me.
Well and truly knows that. And as these crocodiles are somewhat territorial and certainly cannibalistic, it is not uncommon for these crocodiles to fight. We certainly don't want to encourage that though. But we'll just give him a moment to pop his head back up. Sometimes they like to go to the back of the boat, see if anyone's coming up and down the stairs. Also, running twin jet engines, it's a little bit like the spa bath down there. Getting in there, having the wash of the water run over you must be really good. I'll just swing around a little bit, see if we can see him all up the back. And we've just got enough fish for it. So we'll just give her a couple minutes to pop up. I think she's nesting in here at the moment. There's a mum. Nice warm up
Keep it a
jump
bit
there.
higher now. Just keep it high.
Oh, that jump's a little higher because she can reach those, she reckons. Little lower, little higher. It's always the fine line. Nice straight position there. Up she comes. Get a good look at the belly skin of the saltwater crocodile as they jump up out of the water. And this is the most sought after of crocodile skin products anywhere in the world. Shop for tourists. Like these full decisions.
If you can. Then he's getting washed around.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Straight
Slow and steady. See, you can wash it right down there. Backwards.
One towards the back.
Take some meat down there and she'll take it up. See?
Got her eyes on his one of the kids downstairs right now.
That's okay. She'll follow you out. Just keep it on the windows a little bit. That way everyone can see. Now push it back to her eyes if you can. Hold it there. She'll work it out.
Crocodile, chocolate tourist. One.
Bring it down just a little bit. Make her eyes not up.
Little half-hearted.
Above her eyes, don't just stop.
It is very hot out there.
Ready? Up. Off. This one. Send it back down the back. She's turning you. That's it. Get ready to jump her. She turns. See? Gets a bit of help for the time. And as she turns around, get those other eyes. Higher. And just go up her nose just a little bit. Stay with her. And here she comes. Hold with her. Hold with her. That's it. Don't get her through.
Another nice one. One more for a food reward. It's important that we feed the crocodiles at the top of their jump. It's just like,
Right, push it out wide now. It's
I
getting too
suppose
far
teaching
away.
your
Push
pet
it right out.
to do something.
That's it.
You reward the right behaviour.
Nothing more to say. Just let her turn around now. Keep it right there. She'll turn. See how agile she is? Let her wash around. Just push back her eyes.
There's only a place like the Northern Territory that you can actually have a pet saltwater crocodile. There are some terms and conditions that you have to comply with that. And one is that you give them back. So you can have one, I think, till they're about 60 centimetres in length, and then you go and swap them out for a new one.
Stop there. See them do it. See them chasing him up the front.
Oh, there he
We're always
is.
going to do a hand gun.
It's about to come through the window.
Second one is big.
See how we just
Hello,
doing what we want him to do.
Some of the features of the crocodile you'll see there, folks. Eyes situated either side of their head gives them a 320-degree colour binocular style vision, being able to focus in on you and your brightly coloured life jacket for about a kilometre over the surface of the water. Ears are in behind his eyes, gives him a pretty good sense of hearing as well.
High up,
Hearing is splash down and splash around and swimming across the river. Oh, look, he's probably about the 4+ metre mark. You've got a tape measure. I'll let you go measuring if you like.
Happy. He's turning over the heart. Happy.
Oh, nice crack at that. The lumps on the crocodile's back are referred to osteoderms. Those osteoderms, osteo being bone and derm referring to the skin. And they're free-floating plates of bone and they're provided with a body armour. But not only that, they're quite rich in blood supply. So therefore acting as a solar panel. From not being, lovely
Boatload of punters down there, about the same size as their boat. Have his eyes up. He's keen now. That's it. Pulling. Oh, lefty, mate.
much better than that. And the triangular parts of the crocodile's tail, they're called scoops, and they're used to deflect the surface of the water, prompting the crocodile to exceed speeds of 30 km an hour just below the surface and be completely undetectable.
Switched on, good to go. Soon you get above his eyes. Don't press windows there, just wait. Let him turn. Too hard against the windows. Dirty, the windows.
You'll also notice that the crocodile must consume their food above the surface of the water. They can't swallow underneath the water. And you may have noticed, if you ever look close inside the mouth of the crocodile, he has a fleshy like valve across the back of his throat. He can't get his tonsils. And that valve prevents him from drowning. That means he can hold you underneath the surface of the water, turn blue in the face, stop breathing. But if it is any constellation that happens to you, it will eventually bring you back to the surface, even if it is only to eat. Excuse me, a little distracted by the boat going past.
Love his eyes. He'll do good. He's keen.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. They're ready. Got it. Here it goes. Up. Right, back
Not happy, is he? This is really making him work for his money to say.
Oh, you got it.
Thanks to the muscle process. And of course, being little, as opposed to something like Lefty back there, they do become quite vulnerable to attack from larger crocodiles when the girls leave the bank. Nice position, weighing up whether it's all worth it. Should be well and truly aware that there's another big croc here. Oh, look at that! All the way up to the base of the tail, indicates the halfway point of the crocodile's body. That is a very good jump. And another go. And another one. He is on fire today. If you ever have the opportunity to look closely at the crocodile's skin, they have pores all over their body which detect pressure change in the water, so they can feel the splashing. Oh. Alright, time for a chop. Another happy customer. There we go. Now this one will have big tested Jess.
Keep it wide.
Jumping crocodile's been around as long as I can remember. And she will, I think she's not interested in your chop, but then next minute the chop is gone. Although I think being on the nest though for the last few months,
It's a very slow jump, remember?
should be pretty keen to have something
Up.
Gives the boys a run for their money. The big male crocodiles come out and she just tells them
Little left legs missing.
they run away and hide. She's the boss.
The head stays on the angle, the body will come straight up for you. It's really slow.
I wouldn't say she's certainly fully grown female. Maybe not the biggest, but she just has a presence about her. Oh, there you go.
Don't pull it. Don't pull it.
Jess has retrieved the chop.
First thing you do is pull back. Don't.
Little snort out her nose there, a little fig tree snort. She got one. Don't worry, she gets us all. I see the smile on her face. I've got another one. Just let the boy come back with her a little bit. Hard to swim and jump at the same time.
Dad, is that a 10 feet?
She's called Tilly. She's a girl crocodile.
Yeah, she's a little distracted.
Yeah, now face it straight up. Put it parallel with the boat. See? Get up. Now let it drift up the front, turn it parallel with the boat. When she faces on
He has the evilest of green eyes, this crocodile.
That's it.
Doesn't be like that. I'm not facing today. Okay. Pull the pin. Got one jump to get it over jump. Hang on. Get the code. Certainly doesn't make it any easier jumping when there's all these waves in the river. And again, folks, if you are a little uneasy on your feet, make sure you've got hold of something.
Stay right there. Don't pull back, just let it pull out of the mouth. Pull it up a little bit. It'll come, it'll come, it'll come, it'll come.
Got most of it.
Yeah, you want me to take over? Okay. I'll see if I can break that last little tiny See how I'm working with Lily? Straighten the nose up a little bit. Anne-Marie is being in pain today, it's not dropping.
It's a bit too fast. It's hilarious
Just got it down and we'll try and get one more.
I don't trust you.
There we go. Happy now.
Do you want to know what her name was?
Crocodile we know as Anne-Marie. One of the old girls recently had her baby hatched out.
Hello.
The nest is safe between the clumps of bamboo on the left. Now this one will have you tested just. Anne-Marie is a veteran jumping crocodile, been around as long as I can remember. And she will, she's not interested in shop, and then next minute, shop's gone. Well, I think being on the nest though for the last few months.
Very slow.
Boys are run for their money. Big male crocodiles come out. Just
Left leg facing.
they run away and hide.
Come on, Marie.
The head stays on the knee, the body will come straight up for you. Really slow.
She's certainly fully grown female. Maybe not the biggest, but she just has a presence about her.
pull it, don't pull it.
Just retrieve the top.
First thing you do is pull back, don't.
Little snort out her nose here, a little bit tricky one. Got one. Don't worry, get control. I see the smile on her face. She's got another one. Come back with her a little bit. Hard to see the jump at the same time.
Dad, is that
Sure, what her name is. What's the second name? It's called Jemima.
Dad?
Yes.
Then,
It's called Tilly.
Dad,
It's a girl crocodile.
Another boat come past. What we might do is we'll start making our way back. A little bit of bird feed to do.
Start on one side, feed, and then usually by the time she gets to the fires and the bird feeders coming up, most come out in one spanner, it's not first coming right every turn.
So folks, I'm just going to start a little bit of bird feed. So you may have noticed throughout the cruise we've been surrounded by birds following us along. Got a couple of species of kites that like to join us. That on the right hand side there. Got a black kite and also a whistling kite amongst the two birds. Birds, obviously there's a lot more than two birds out there. We've got a black kite, we've also got a whistling kite. The difference between the two birds is the black kite is the darker of the two birds. Has a fork-shaped tail and white and yellow legs. The whistling kite is a lighter, more mottled brown coloured bird with a distinct whistling call. They're a raptor bird or a bird of prey. We'll do a little bit on the left hand side too. From their talons or their feet and place them in their beak without having to land a roost in a tree. Other raptor birds can't do this and it's referred to as feeding on the wing. Probably high qualified to me.
Should be so.
So these raptor birds are also known as a flyer bird. And this is because as we go into our dry season and the vegetation starts to dry off and the fireys start to do our fuel reduction burns. Oh, someone doesn't like birds, do they? There's always one on every boat, someone who's terrified of birds. Crocodiles, fine. Birds, no. So anyway, as the fire season approaches, these birds will have learned that they can follow the fire front of these bushfires and get a free feed. So all the anything that has to escape flames, all the bugs, lizards, snakes, what have you, these birds will just follow the fire front along and feed off that fire front. They've also learned that they can keep the fire front going by taking a smouldering stick and carrying it forward into dry vegetation, dropping it in there, the fire continues, and they keep the feed. So by no means a bird brain. That's right. remember the saltwater crocodile will suffer an attack this one and really simple as that. I'll also like to thank you all on behalf of myself, Lynn, Jess and Stephen upstairs and all the crew of the original Jumping Crocodile cruises. Thank you for coming along this afternoon on our maiden voyage for the 2025 season on the Adelaide River Coast. Thanks for coming along. We hope you've enjoyed the trip and we hope to see you again in the season. Thank you.
Dad's had so much creative flying. We've been trying to do some hot dogs spilling on the road and it's spilling.
Was it Queensland where they had the trucks right near the walkway? It's like, whoa, they got a bit close.
So close to your liking.